a special nail addict shout out to Latami Levy, Amya's Wish, April Shorty, and Miss Black Sheep Dove's Nails for being the first four to comment on my last video. Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into today's set. So for the set today, we are using our Siesta, one of my absolute favorite polygels by Makartt. I'm also using Enchanted Blue by Glam. I've been waiting to use this blue glitter gel polish, and it went okay with the set. I'm also using Ice Queen as well. I will also be using Rule. And I'll also be using Clear Polygel from Makartt. So to start the set, I am using my half cover tips that I got off Amazon. And I did a peel off, so I basically applied my peel off base, cured that for 60 seconds. And then I used base gel to cure on the nail tips. And I am now going over them with base coat before going in with my polygel application. So applying the base gel, it does protect your natural nail, and it also gives the polygel something to hold on to. So it's a good tip, a good part of like actually doing the set, making sure that you do put this base coat on and then give it a 60-second cure in your lamp. So per usual, I am doing my 2-bead method. So I'm taking our Siesta and I squeeze it from where the tip and the natural nail meet down to the free edge. I'm now taking my polygel brush with some 91% alcohol, and I am first just patting the polygel all over the nail. So I'm taking my time, just making sure that it does spread over the nail pretty nicely. And then I'll take my time and kind of just pat everything into place and then smooth everything as well. I do smooth going upward just because it's going to kind of like ombre and have like a little thin layer there for the second bead to kind of go over. But I'm also very important. I'm making sure my sides stay nice and straight. My free edge is nice and straight. You just want it to pretty much match your nail tip. You want it to be just that snatched because when you go to file, shape, and buff, if you have taken your time and actually smooth the polygel very nicely, you will have so much less to actually file. So I did leave the application in because me personally, I like to watch polygel videos. I like to watch the application. I think that it's just really nice, like especially if it's like a pretty decent application to where like once you're done applying it, it's pretty much good to go. Like for the most part, you may have to do like a very little bit of like filing, but they look just that nice to where if you needed to, you could just kind of go around for the, for the moment with them. But for this set, I feel like I did a really good job on application. I took extra time and care, just making sure it looks nice because it's possible to make them look very, very nice, being that polygel has no time limit. Like you have ample time to, just take your time and work that polygel to your liking. Just making sure everything is nice and crisp. A little extra strokes go a long way with Polygel, and I've gotten so much better over the years. Like, I look back at older videos where I would use the same method and it just wasn't, yeah, it wasn't there. So I am so proud of the growth that I'm actually seeing within myself, because I have really grown, especially when it comes to Polygel application. And so I'm just chatting with you all, giving you a little something while you watch me apply the first bead on all of the nails. But I remember when I used to do Polygel overlays, y'all, I used to be so discouraged and down, and like I wanted to quit so many times because they would just come out so extra bulky, so much filing to do, just wonky and just like so crazy. So there's a set I'm gonna do coming up where I'm recreating one of my old sets. I'm adding on to that series, and y'all, when I tell y'all the first nail set looks so bad, I know the second one is gonna be bomb.com. But anyways, I'm just rambling to say that, you know, with a lot of practice, you can definitely grow and see that growth. And I definitely see the growth within myself. So I'm saying that to say, if this is something you want to try, go for it. I'm telling you, you can do it. I'm telling you that you can do it, because I was one of those who thought I was just going to quit and that was just going to be it. And it is what it is. But I enjoy it so much more, and it's just so much neater. It's gonna get a lot more better now, to the point where I don't have to like file. I'm trying to get to that status, because with a product like this, it definitely seems possible. Like, the consistency of Makartt's Polygel is super freaking nice. Like, this Polygel stays into place. I was able to do all of my first beads on all of my nails before curing. Well, I did the 4 and then the thumb separate. And that's just because I like to hold my thumb up in the lamp per se, as opposed to like flat down, because I want to make sure that thumb is getting fully cured. So I always do my thumbs separate, just to ensure that everything is curing properly. And now I'll just let you get back into the set real quick. So now I'm going in with my second bead up at the cuticle, and I am just placing a nice size bead there. And I'm going to take my Polygel brush, and I'm going to start by the cuticle. So I'm just pulling a little bit of the Polygel away from that bead, and I am going around the cuticle to make that nice and flush, just making sure all of that is covered to my liking. Making sure the sides are being touched as well. And then I'm gonna lightly blend that down. So with the second bead, I like to keep the center high and kind of pull around it so that it does create an apex. And then I'm just blending that bead into the first already cured bead, and then I'll give that a 60-second cure in my lamp. So we are on episode 10 of my 14 days of Valentine's nails, and this video is super late, y'all. Like, I did the video on the day of uploading. It was a recreation sent to me by my girl Steph here on YouTube. Miss Black Sheep Does Nails. That's my girl, y'all. She's always showing up, supporting, always has such great stories to tell, and I just really enjoy having her here on the channel. So thank you so much, Steph, for always being here and supporting me. But she sent me this on Instagram, and I decided to recreate it. Like, I like that too, when people reach out and send me things they may want to see or want me to try, or however. That's pretty cool too. So Steph, thank you so much. So I did decide to recreate the set that she sent me, and I'm going to place the picture up. And y'all, I love to draw. Like, drawing is something that I can do really, really well. But for some reason with this set, it didn't come out how I wanted, just because I was kind of rushed as well. Like, I was doing it same day and trying to upload it the same day. So you guys are probably going to get this video the morning of the 11th, but I definitely already have my 11th video ready to go. I just need to add the voiceover. But this one was done on the same day. So it was just like crunch time. I was super exhausted. I had worked that day. It was crazy, but I managed to get it done. And so we do have our episode 10, and 11 is waiting. And I'm just explaining all of that while I'm doing the set. But for the ring finger, I took a siesta up by the cuticle as I normally would. And for this nail, it's an ombre. So it's ombreing from a siesta to clear. So I kind of bring that down where I want it and blend it out. And then I'll give that a full 60-second cure in my lamp once I finish all of the other cuticle beads. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And as always, thank you so much to anyone that does take their time to watch my videos. I appreciate you so much. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family. And I do hope you enjoy the journey. And if you have any suggestions, anything you'd like to see, you can either comment down below or hit me up on Instagram at NailHoliday, and I'll be happy to do so. If you've been subscribed to my channel, I love you guys so much, and I am extremely grateful and thankful for you all. And this is what the nails look like right after application. Pretty nice. Like, I did really good with this application. Again, I'm really proud of myself and my growth with Polygel overlays. But now I'm taking base gel and I'm applying that over my ring finger, but I am gonna leave it wet. I'll be placing some of the heart glitters into that wet base gel, and I'm using these, and I'm gonna use like blue and gold, and just like simultaneously, like go ahead and put like a blue and then a gold, blue, gold, all the way down the nail. Just going to the right side of the nail, and then once I get them set, I will give that a 60-second cure in my lamp. And then I do have to encapsulate the glitter, so I'm using Makartt's clear to encapsulate the entire ring finger. So for this first bead, I did like a normal bead, like I would like for my 2-bead method. And I'm just going ahead and patting it all over the nail first, and then I'm going to smooth that and blend that up. I am using base gel as my slip solution for the clear. I like to use base gel because I find that it's pretty clear. The clarity is there when you're using base gel. So I really like it. It's specifically for clear, but it works really well overall with Polygel. Like, base gel is pretty much better than alcohol to use, but I use alcohol because it's cheaper, and I can always gain that. Base gel, you have to have had so much in your collection to be able to do nail sets with it, as well as use it as a slip solution. So once I get to the status where I'm in there with my base gel, I will use it as a slip solution because it's so much better. The Polygel definitely does not stick. It's really nice. But I did apply a second bead, and I try to apply it pretty small because the top half of this nail was pretty much already set in stone with like an apex and everything from just a siesta. But the purpose is to encapsulate those glitters at the top. So I'm just doing it like a typical second bead over the top of that nail and then blending it into the first already cured bead, and I will give this a 60-second cure in my lamp. And the video is already super long, so I did file shape and buff off camera. And that camera, I had it like the lighting was too bright and I didn't really notice. So I do apologize. Some parts are like really, really bright. I'm working on that, trying to get my lighting together because it's very, very irritating. But like some videos are good, some videos are washed out. This one is in and out, but I apologize and I'm gonna work on that. So I created this bow with Ice Queen using a mold I had. I love the molds, but I don't because like I was pointing to like an area that needed to be filed off. That's the only thing I don't like about these molds because you have to be very precise when you're putting that gel polish in, or afterwards when it comes out, you're gonna need to file to make it like to your liking. I couldn't even get that off, so I didn't worry about it. I left it, but like normally when I do these, I try to be very precise and make sure it doesn't like spill over the mold, because if it doesn't spill over the mold and everything is inside of it, I know it's gonna come out just right. But I just opted to put it on as is and give that a 60-second cure. Now I'm going in with my Makartt rhinestone glue and I'm creating that pearl French or pearl smile line that was in the photo, and I am using my pearls and I'm starting like not big but like bigger to small going down this smile line area, and then once I get them set I do a 60-second cure in my lamp. So on the top of this finger in the photo, it looked like it was like bows and hearts, but it kind of looked like a foil to me. Like it was a foil or stickers, one or the other. And I don't have any foils or stickers with bows and hearts. So instead of doing the bows, because I could have easily drawn them out, but instead of doing the bows, I decided to do hearts on the tip. So I'm using I Rule and Loyal and creating a few hearts on this nail, and then I'll give it a 60-second cure in my lamp. And y'all, this is the elephant, y'all. So I was originally going to use Ice Queen to make the elephant, but I felt like it was a little bit too dark from the color that I wanted. So I went ahead and I mixed Ice Queen and I Rule together to create this blue that I'm using here. And I'm just like kind of outlining what I see with the elephant, or where the elephant was positioned. Now, where I messed up to me, and you really can't see, is the trunk. Like, I made the trunk, like once I finished making the entire outline of the body, I made the trunk way too wide. It was looking crazy. But I did manage, I believe, to keep it off camera as much as possible, because once I kind of realized it, it was too late. I already had cured the first layer, and so I just had to keep going with it. But I'm just going to fill this outlined portion in and then give this a 60-second cure in my lamp. Then I'm going in with Perfect Black and just doing some little bit of details on the trunk, creating the indentation lines. Here I attempted the smile, but I'll have to erase that later because it just did not come out to my liking. And then I'm gonna outline, create the ears, separate the legs and things like that. And I'll let you just watch me kind of outline and place everything into position on the elephant. But once I do finish all of the black outlining, I'm going to give it a 60-second cure in my lamp. Then I mixed a light pink and a white together for the blush. I should have used a darker pink, but it didn't look bad. And then I filled in the inner ear on the, out ear there. I filled in the inside of it with the same color and gave that a 60-second cure. And then I go in and matte top coat the nails because it is a matte set. And then I'm going to give that a 60-second cure in my lamp. So I did create a heart using Enchanted Blue, but I was really out of frame. So now you just see me here outlining it with Perfect Black. And then I'm going to make a string coming from that heart. So this is supposed to be the balloon that the elephant is actually holding. Once I get this line set, I'm going to give it a 60-second cure in my lamp. And then for my pinky, I'm using Enchanted Blue, and I'm doing like the double French. I guess that's what you call it. So I'm like creating a French, and then right under it, I'll like create a line, you know, kind of mimicking the smiling that's already there. For this one, I did have to do 2 coats. I did one on camera and the second off, curing for 60 seconds in between each layer. So for the finger with the petals, I'm using this carving gel that I got off Amazon. And I don't really use this. I think I've used it once, and I really wanted it for flowers, like to create different flowers on nails. And springtime is coming, so I do want to try that a lot more. But what I'm doing is I'm going in with base gel on my ring finger. I'm going to give that a 60-second cure. Now, I don't know if this is the proper way to do it, but it definitely worked for me to wear the carving gel. Once I stuck it to my finger, it definitely just stayed into place. I had to skip everything, so I'm only showing the bottom petal because I was so out of like frame with all of the rest of them, so you kind of just have to see them. But I will say this was a little bit difficult to work with. I found using my Polygel brush to kind of get it where I want worked very, very well. So I think going forward, I am going to incorporate my Polygel brush because it definitely helped guide everything. And I did make sure that my Polygel brush was dipped in alcohol to kind of help me maneuver the product, because alcohol does work pretty well with it. Then I used the back end to like make an indentation so that it looks more leafy. I did cure for about 15 seconds in between each petal, and then once I got it all set, I did a full 60-second cure in my lamp. So now I'm going around the cuticle area on the middle finger, and I'm just going to do a cuticle cuff. So I'm using the blue, well, the bigger blue one that I put in the middle came off Amazon, and then the smaller blue ones that I'll be using came from the Long Hair Pretty Nails store. But the only thing about this set that I like didn't notice till I was pretty much done was that like the blues were off. So the blues for the rhinestone and like Enchanted Blue, they really didn't go together. It didn't look bad, but I should have used like a little bit darker blue, or I should have actually found my other like glitter gel I wanted to use that was pretty much the same color as the rhinestones I used. But again, it didn't look bad. And so then I'm taking the rhinestone glue, and in the middle of that flower, I am making a rhinestone placement there using the blue rhinestones, the gold rhinestones, and some ABs. Once I get everything set, I do a full 60-second cure in my lamp. Then I go in on my ring finger and apply the matte top coat and cure that for 60 seconds. So for the pinky, I'm using my Makartt rhinestone glue and the same rhinestones, and I'm just placing a very simple like cuticle cuff going downwards. Well, it's not a cuff if it's going down, but like a very nice simple rhinestone placement by the cuticle area on this one, and I give that a 60-second cure. I also do the same thing for my thumb off camera. I apply cuticle oil off camera as well, and I'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here is the finished set. It's super cute, but I feel like it was a little bit all over the place. I wish the blues would have been more like in sync. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was very, very cute. The elephant could have been a lot better, but it still was super cute. Comment down below and let me know what you think of this recreation. And if you've made it this far into the video, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Remember to be the very best you that you can be. And much love to all.